Keep those fighters off our back.
Right with you, boss.
Luke, at that speed, will you be able to pull out in time?
It'd be just like Beggar's Canyon back home.
What's up, Headless Horde? Welcome back to the channel. In a galaxy full of war and heroes, some of the most daring, precise, and downright legendary figures sat behind the controls of an X-Wing Starfighter. Today, we're counting down the 10 best X-Wing pilots in Star Wars canon, ranked by combat skill, experience, and the legacy they left behind. Whether you're Team Skywalker or rooting for the unsung heroes, get ready to lock S-foils in attack position. Let's go. Carson Teva might not be blasting Death Stars, but in the post-Empire galaxy, he's one of the few New Republic pilots trying to hold things together. Formerly a rebellion pilot during the Galactic Civil War, Teva now patrols the lawless Outer Rim in a T-65B X-Wing, tracking Imperial remnants, pirates, and unknown threats. He's sharp, composed, and flies with a purpose. Less of a gunslinger, more of a guardian. What makes him special isn't just combat prowess, but how he uses his ship as an extension of his authority and intuition. In The Mandalorian, he's one of the first to recognize the growing threat of the Empire's return. His presence in Ahsoka reinforces that he's not a background player. He's one of the few remaining good cops in a collapsing system. Number 9. Jack Porkins. Red 6. Misunderstood Maverick. Jack Porkins was often played for comic relief, but let's set the record straight. The guy had guts and skill. He was chosen as part of Red Squadron in the Rebel Alliance's first and most dangerous mission, the assault of the first Death Star. He flew through the trench under heavy fire, and when his stabilizers failed, he still tried to hold the line. He didn't bail. He didn't panic. He stayed on target until he was taken down by a turbo laser. That's bravery. In fact, his dedication inspired a resistance maneuver decades later, the Porkins Belly Run, a training technique taught to new recruits. Sure, the name gets laughs, but among pilots, it's a tribute to someone who kept flying even when his ship was failing. Number 8. Ningnam. From Falcon co-pilot to X-Wing warrior. Ningnam started his career as a smuggler on Sullust, but he found a higher calling fighting for the rebellion. Most fans remember him co-piloting the Millennium Falcon with Lando during the Battle of Endor, helping destroy the second Death Star. But what many miss is his continued service decades later, flying an X-Wing in the Resistance. In The Force Awakens, Num is one of the few pilots to survive the attack on Starkiller Base. That's no easy feat. Only 7 pilots made it out alive. He was promoted to lieutenant commander and served under General Leia, proving he wasn't just a lucky sidekick. He was a career pilot who could adapt and thrive in multiple eras of the war. Number 7. Derek Hobby Clivian. Loyal, quiet, deadly. Hobby Clivian had one of the most under-the-radar pilot careers, but don't let that fool you. His resume is impressive. Trained at the elite Imperial Skystrike Academy, Hobby defected alongside Wedge Antilles and became a core member of the Rebel Alliance. He helped Luke Skywalker and the Rebels escape from Hoth, flying escort during one of their most desperate retreats. He also aided in recruiting Biggs Darklighter, showing his commitment extended beyond just flying. Hobby was dependable, highly trained, and battle-hardened. Even when we don't see him front and center, he's often flying critical missions quietly in the background, getting the job done. Number 6. Snap Wexley. Born of rebellion, forged in resistance. Snap Wexley grew up the son of a rebel pilot and fought in the Battle of Jakku as a teenager. But it's his work in the resistance that made him stand out. Snap was a recon specialist, meaning he didn't just fly into battle, he found the battle first. He helped locate and expose the First Order's Starkiller Base. Snap flew alongside Poe Dameron and Jessika Pava and earned the trust of General Leia herself. In canon novels like Aftermath, he's shown building and leading squadrons from scratch. Snap didn't just inherit the cause, he lived it. Number 5. Thane Kyrell, the pilot who chose morality over power. If you haven't read Lost Stars, you're missing out on one of the best pilot arcs in all of Star Wars. Thane Kyrell was an Imperial golden boy, top of his class, destined for TIE fighter glory. But the destruction of Alderaan and the Empire's hypocrisy forced him to switch sides, joining the rebellion mid-war. Thane flew X-Wings at Hoth, Endor, and Jakku. That's 3 major turning point battles, and he survived all of them. Wedge Antilles personally praised Thane's piloting skills, and when Wedge calls you elite, you are. Thane proved that doing the right thing doesn't mean flying less, it just means flying harder. Number 4. Jessika Pava, the hope of the next generation. Jessika Pava, call sign Blue 3, is a rising star in the Resistance and one of the most technically skilled pilots of her generation. She idolized rebel heroes like Luke and Wedge, and now flies with Poe Dameron's elite squad. In both the Force Awakens film and the Poe Dameron comics, she showcases her grit and mechanical knowledge, often repairing her X-Wing mid-mission. Pava is more than a wingmate. She's a leader in the making. Whether it's covering Poe during the final assault or tweaking her fighter to push the edge of performance, Jess is the Resistance's best bet for a long-term ace. Number 3. Wedge Antilles, the non-Jedi legend. Wedge Antilles is the only pilot to survive both Death Star assaults. That alone is a ticket to the Hall of Fame. But Wedge didn't stop there. He fought at Hoth, Jakku, and liberated Kashyyyk as the leader of Phantom's squadron. He defected from the Empire after seeing its cruelty up close at Sky Strike Academy, and went on to become the most decorated pilot in the Rebel Alliance. Even decades later, he returns in The Rise of Skywalker, blasting the First Order ships along Lando. No force, no destiny, just skill, experience, and sheer grit. Number 2. Poe Dameron, the modern-day ace. Poe Dameron was born into the rebellion, raised on Endor, and flying ships before most kids could walk. Trained by his mother, an A-Wing pilot from Endor, Poe flew with the New Republic before joining Leia's Resistance. His T-70 X-Wing, Black One, became as iconic as the man himself. He's known for taking out multiple TIEs in a single pass, flying recon and combat missions, and delivering the killing blow on Starkiller Base. His skills earned him the trust of Leia, the envy of his peers, and the admiration of the next wave of Resistance fighters. He's the complete package: charisma, command, and cockpit precision. Number 1. Luke Skywalker, the Force and the Flyboy. Luke Skywalker may be a Jedi Knight, but before that, he was a pilot. Raised flying T-16s through Beggar's Canyon, Luke hit Womp Rats for fun, preparing him for the 1-in-a-million shot that destroyed the first Death Star. That wasn't luck, it was skill backed by the Force. He flew through asteroid fields, evaded TIE interceptors, and even flew to Dagobah without coordinates. When Grogu needed rescuing, it was Luke who arrived in his classic X-Wing, instantly reminding the galaxy, and us, who the greatest really is. Luke isn't just a Force user and a fighter. He's the one who redefined what it means to be both. No one combines piloting skills, instincts, and destiny like Luke Skywalker. From brave rebels to daring Resistance heroes, these 10 pilots shaped galactic history, one dogfight at a time. Whether it's the humble courage of Jack Porkins, the modern flash of Poe Dameron, or the mythical skill of Luke Skywalker, each X-Wing pilot left their mark in the stars. So, who is your favorite? Who did I miss? Let me know down in the comments. And hit that like button like you're firing torpedoes into an exhaust port. Don't forget to subscribe for more Star Wars deep dives and may the Force be with you, always. Don't forget to keep those heads on, and I'll see you guys in the next video.
Remember, the Force will be with you, always.